When the world was waking,
When the winds first blew,
when first rain started falling,
when the world was new.
you summoned us from darkness.
you created us from air.
You summoned us to guide you.
You created us from prayer.
We existed right beside you.
Before you started counting years,
You summoned us from heartache.
You summoned us from tears.
We exist in all of nature.
in insect, bird and leaf.
We don't need your empathy.
Not even your belief.
We hear your invocations.
A thought, a wish, a prayer.
And though you'll never see us,
Deep down, you know we're there.
Please. Please don't let them pick me in class. It's just every time I get picked,
Where are my
I
damn
freeze.
keys?
And I know the answer.
He knows that
I
I'm
have
not
to just know all the time.
Don't let it
It's
rain.
like
Again,
they
don't
let
let
it
it rain.
My dad is a teacher, and I know how they do it.
And I hate it, all of that.
What
Mum
do people
keeps
do
saying
still
it's
don't
raining
my
and
room?
hoodies
She's
and
having
it's
a
really
paragraph.
sad.
I
She's
hate
not
the
after
rain.
I
I hope
wonder
I
what
get it.
happened.
I hope I get it.
Dad stayed for me.
This time I'll
Am
get
I
it.
not enough?
I'll get
don't know
really.
what to do without him.
I mean, I
I
don't
feel
mind being an
empty
understudy,
without him.
and I really don't
He was
mind
the
being a
best
small
job
part.
anyone ever
They
had.
say there are no small
He was
parts,
already there
only
when I
small
was
parts.
Just be 2 more days of sunshine.
I didn't do my
Please
research.
don't let them crushes me.
I hope nothing bad happens.
Just can't
I see
face
the
it.
autumn
I've
leaves,
got
and
my
I know
brows
it's
and my
coming.
blusher. I never do that.
More warm
I
days.
tap
Say
the door
something?
for it
Please.
3
Did I
times
do
though,
something
so
wrong?
it shouldn't matter as
If I've
much.
done something, then
But I'm avoiding the
please,
cracks in the pavement.
just let them tell me.
I can remember the time before time. I have been here since the beginning. I have been walking beside them for thousands and thousands of their years. They paint me as ominous shadows on walls. And they paint me as the light. I know I transcend both of these things, and I am both of them. I know that if I have been here since the beginning, I'd also be there at the end. But not for long. The end of them is the end of me. Of all of us. Without you, without them, there is no us. Our power is limitless, but completely in their hands. Do they fear us? They should fear us. And in turn, we should fear them.
I'm always here and I'm always listening. I know I can't get emotionally involved with whoever I look after. It's frustrating when they move on sometimes. I sometimes visit them again. There was one I used to visit often, even once he'd moved on in years. I would sit and watch, despite the fact that I knew he didn't leave me. He used to speak to me in his youth, but then he stopped. It was very sudden. I missed him so much, but I would return and watch him. I saw him grow up, I saw him raise a family, I saw him grow old, I saw him die. That was painful. I wept. This is why we can't get emotionally involved.
I preferred it back in the old days. That's what the humans say, isn't it? I used to enjoy it when they had proper songs. The old songs. They used to sing together and it was glorious. They still sing for us in some parts of the world. It's not that I need recognition for what I do, but it's a question of respect. Mutual respect. We give, and we give, and we give. A little thanks might be nice, but then they can't see us. Can you ever appreciate what you can't see? It's our duty. We're not servants to mankind, but we are their protectors. It's amazing what they put us through.
I think I contribute to the little things. I'm not like the others. I'm not so comfortable with the big things. I mean, I can find your keys, or your car in a car park, or make the lights stay green as you're driving past. How about that time? That parking space came free right next to where you work, or the time you got 2 drifters from the vending machine instead of 1? Yes, that was me. I have such a fear of getting it wrong, making the wrong decision or pushing you the wrong way. We can give, help, and take away. We can take your time. We can turn it back, spin the earth back the other way round and undo every decision you've ever made. We only do this for small things, and it's happened for all of you. Thing is, we can give and take away. Sometimes we have to go back and redo some things. Yes, we can turn back time. Time means nothing to us anyway, and we can manipulate it any way we want. Ever had that feeling of deja vu? That feeling you've been here before? You have? That's us moving time.
Please, just let me get through tomorrow. Mum bought me a new coat. I know I should have said thank you, but I couldn't. I can't wear it, I just can't. My life's fine at the moment, and I'm wearing a coat I've had for the last 2 years. Nothing's really happened in the last 2 years that's been that bad. If I wear the new coat, then I don't know. I can't risk it. The nights are drawing in. It'll be Christmas before we know it, and then dreaded New Year's Eve. God, I hate New Year's Eve. Why do we celebrate the change in the year? Why do we celebrate it being a different number each year? I have to avoid the countdown. I find it really stressful. Last New Year's, I locked myself in the bathroom until it was all over. Everyone shouted, "Happy New Year!" But no one sounded happy. There were fireworks from the house at the back. To me, they sounded like gunshots. People warn their pets about November 5th. I wonder if they warn them about New Year's Eve. And it's that being forced to enjoy yourself. It's built up as this huge thing, and then it's just the chime of the clock. I hate clocks. I can't stand the sound of them ticking, like time dripping away. The present is so quickly the past, and don't even get me started on the future. I saw a magpie yesterday. On its own. I keep thinking about it.
I find the human mind can be fascinating, creating a free place. But too often with this, the humans create a prison of the mind. This is what Reese has done with her rules and rituals, a confinement from the old escape. I will have to be cruel to be kind. I will have to break her routine. I will try to release her from the shackles she has forged.
So many questions to answer. I think they're increasing.
Because people are requesting such trivial things.
I don't think they're trivial.
We're not here to judge. We are here to serve.
I dislike the word serve.
Could we say facilitate?
Oh no, that's even worse.
Sorry, I tried.
There's so much pain in the world. So many unhappy people.
And those are just those who speak out.
It was ever thus.
So, who is taking which human? Whom is taking responsibility to whom?
Please, just let me get through tomorrow.
I have taken on this one. She is setting her own rules to heal her own heart. I will help her see the light where before there was only darkness.
Please don't let it be my fault.
I will take on this individual. I will whisper in her ear that correlation is not causation and give her strength to cope.
Please just bring him back.
I will take on this one too. Such a sad request, and one that cannot be answered or granted directly. Perhaps more sadness is yet to come.
Please let us win.
That's relatively straightforward. I'm sure I can do something with this.
But what if everyone has the same request? Not everyone can all win at once.
This one asked first.
Please don't let it rain.
This one's for me.
And why you?
I am the best of all of us with the weather. Pity it can't be the great storms of before. I did some amazing work back in the day with storms, destroyed entire towns.
That's nothing to be proud of.
Please let me find my keys.
Oh, me again, please. I'm great at the finding. I found needles in haystacks and earrings in huge fields of green.
Very well.
Please don't let them pick me in class.
I can feel this raising anxiety, and it happens so much. There are so many pressures in this world. I will help. I will help.
Please let me get something to eat.
Well, Ether.
This is not my area of expertise.
I could.
Are you sure, Debbie?
Yes.
Very well.
Are you sure, Devi? There could be more to this than first appears.
No. I am sure. I feel an affinity to this one.
Please. Just 2 more days of sunshine.
No, ever. This is my speciality, as you...
Yes, we know.
So I can take care of this one?
Are you sure there isn't more to this, Ether?
It's just a simple weather conversion.
If you say so.
Please let me get it.
A theatrical. This is my area.
I thought your thing was weather.
Have you seen my hurricanes? They're nothing if not incredibly theatrical.
Fair enough then, Ether. You take this on.
Please let him notice me.
I will take this one on.
You?
Yes.
But this is a problem of the heart. And not to criticize you at all, Yuri, but surely this is more my thing?
I said I'm taking it on.
You are going to take on duties of sorting out romance.
I am. I think I can help this one. I feel for her.
Please don't let them see me today.
Please don't tell me. You're taking on this one too?
I am. Personal interactions and sadness are more prevalent these days than anything else. I want to help them. It hurts me to hear their tears.
Please don't let it be my fault. I can't remember when I stopped not stepping in the cracks in the pavement. I still do it now. Step on a crack, break your mum's back. I sometimes don't know if that would be better. No, no, that's a horrible thing to say. It's not that I wish that on her or anything, it's just, I wish that she would see me more. I passed my driving test. I showed her the certificate. A normal person would want to, I don't know, take a photo and post it on social media. She smiled, but she didn't say anything proper. Her reaction was, oh. Not good or great, just oh. I found it in the drawer when we called for a takeaway. It was between the Golden Dragon and Arissa Spice. She had put my certificate in with the takeaway menus. My driving test. A lot of time and money, a huge achievement and nothing. She always asks the same questions when I come back from Dad's. Always the same, how does he look? I don't know why she asked this. He's my dad. He looks like my dad. But then she wants details. What was he wearing? Does he have a beard now? Is he fatter or thinner? I don't know why she always asks this. She asked me to go through his wardrobe. She said, look for something incriminating. I don't know what she means by this, but I told her I haven't found anything. How can I know if I found it if I don't know what I'm looking for? She keeps reminding me it was her idea. She says that I need to know that. I don't know why I need to know that. She was on the phone in the bedroom the other day. I heard her laughing. I can't remember the last time I heard her laugh. I keep thinking it's my fault, but then there's this voice in my head whispering that correlation is not causation, and I get it, you know. It's not my fault. It whispers it over and over again like a mantra. Mantra, that's what it's called, isn't it? Correlation is not causation. I just want her to see me. But yeah, I avoid the cracks in the pavement.
It's so sad to see the concern and the pain from something really beyond your control. Though love can bind people, it can also break them apart. And usually others are shattered in the process. All I can do is give a shoulder to cry on, and maybe a new perspective to change your mind. I always say, correlation is not causation. It's not your fault, which you will realise in time.
Please just bring him back. I used to walk Max down to the lake every morning and every evening. In the evening, he'd walk down path out down back of the house and down to the lake. I say lake, it's more of a large pond, and we would sit on a log. I'd have a snack like a fun-sized Milky Way, and I'd give Max a bonio, and he would hold it and eat it. I remember sitting in silence, looking over the lake, thinking, I will remember this. I will remember this forever. This moment exactly. When everything is tranquil, and it still just does, buddy. I don't speak to anyone when I go in. I worry that if I speak to anyone, I'll cry. Not that anyone would speak to me. It's like I've forgotten how to talk to humans. Like I just can't communicate with them. I worry that someone will say, it's only a dog, and I can't bear that. He's not just only a dog. He was the only constant in my life. I have a rug on my bedroom floor, and that's where he used to sleep. I'd get off into bed, and he'd get onto the rug. I'd turn the light off, and I would hear him breathing. In the dark. Quite often, I'd end up breathing in time with him. When I woke up in the morning, I'd hear him I'd say, good morning, Max, and he'd get up straight away, pleased that I was awake. My mum asked me today if I was okay. I didn't know what to say. I just don't know where to start.
Bringing back the companion dog is beyond the realms of possibility. We can alter time, but we cannot bring anyone back to life, just as we couldn't take one. All I can do for him is give him time to heal and make him realise that moving on doesn't mean forgetting, and in that, he may find a friend.
Please let us win. One of my earliest memories was the ground at Lane Orion. My dad was the coach there. Every summer when we were on holiday, Dad would take us to Brisbane Road and we'd spend days clambering over the red flippy plastic seats. I used to love watching Alan the groundsman paint the lines on that field with that squeaky machine. Dad bought me kits every year. That's just what I wore. And by the age of 7, I was explaining the offside rule and I knew most of the high-flyer players in the Premier League. As a family, we watched football and our holidays even revolved around football. We lived, sleep and breathe it. I can remember making friends with a girl called Suzanne. I remember asking her what her team was. She shrugged and said, "No one." And it was at this moment I can remember not everybody felt the same way as I did about football. I wonder what her and her family would speak about and what it would be like living in a world without football. It would just occur to me whilst I'm on the pitch. I've always played in defence, but I've scored my fair share of goals. I mean, I'm not exactly a Leighton Baines, but at the minute I'm just all over the place. It's like I've forgotten everything I've learned. Maybe it's my confidence. That's why we need to win. Please let us win.
I can win the game for Francis. I have a few little tricks up my sleeve. I will throw in little trips and misses so that Francis can win. But deep down, I sense that's not really what she wants. I can sense that she wants to win the game, but I don't know if she wants to play the game. She needs to tell the truth. She needs to be true to who she is, and that's really the only way to win. A few little trips might help her make a decision though.
Please don't let my hair go frizzy. I wonder how much a nose job costs. Rhinoplasty it's called. Rhino's Greek for nose. Miss Phil's taught us that in science. Which is strange, because that means rhino the animal is actually called a nose. I suppose it makes sense, as when you look at a rhino, the nose is what you look at. I just want to be a bit more smaller. I could probably save up. Probably get fillers done first. Never liked my lips. They're just too small and thin. I don't think thin lips have ever been in fashion. I tried a tip from Cosmopolitan where if you draw your lip line further out than your lip and then you just fill it in. But then, it doesn't look very good. I think I've got good skin, but then it's just too pale. I just want to be a bit more tanned. I thought about getting a spray tan, but that's way too expensive, so I'll just get out the bottle instead. Yeah, once I get my tan and my fillers, I'll be happy with that. Ooh, and I can get eyelash extensions. I'm thinking about getting electrolysis on my top lip. I'm sure there's hair there. I told Mum, but she just said I'm being ridiculous, but I know it's there. I wonder when I'll start getting wrinkles. I'm sure there's a line on my forehead that's a bit deep. I see it every time I get confused or surprised. Maybe get that filled. It's not like I can go through life without being confused or surprised. That's the whole point of surprise, not knowing what's going to happen. Oh, please don't let it rain. It makes my hair go really frizzy. I hate it when it does that. I only just got it highlighted as well. I went to that posh new hairdressers on the high street. A guy called Justin did it for me. He was really fit and really nice. He said I had beautiful hair. I mean, should look beautiful for £100, and that was with a student discount. Worth it though. I really like it. I wonder how much lip fillers cost. I'll probably just look it up on the internet.
The insecurity of the aesthetic. Why should we listen to the definitions of beauty? Who says what is pleasing to the eye and what is not? There is far too much noise here for Bobby, and she needs to seek out the purity of a truth and the power of a self. She should think back to a time when this doesn't matter. But before this, I will grant this prayer and stop the rain. Though you can't outrun the rain forever.
Please let me find my keys. Okay,
I can let Mason sit and watch Paw Patrol for a few more minutes whilst I look for them. I can't be dealing with the looks, the judgment. Miss Rose will be out looking at me with that slightly sympathetic smile that says, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I'm judging you just a little, as I imagine your existence is chaotic, and though I've never been to your home, I bet it's a complete mess. Oh yes, she'll be thinking that. Come on, they have to be here somewhere. I'm in the house. If I'm in the house, then they must be here somewhere. Oh, there they are, thank you, on the side table under Mason's Legoland hat. Oh, the other mums will be judgmental as well. They look down on us. They look down on me with their shiny SUVs. Some of those cars are so high up that they must have to have ladders to get down. You live around the corner, you could walk here. I see sympathetic smiles and I see patronising head tilts. Yes, I haven't been to the hairdressers recently. I haven't had time. I don't have time. Time slips away. I don't know how people hold on to it. It's like holding water in your hands and you're thinking, this time I've got it, I've really got it. And then you see it slipping through your fingers. If I mention it to Mum, she says, I've got to work these hours. I'm doing it for you, for Mason, for your futures. And I know that's true. I know she's doing it for us, but I need some time. I need time for myself, I need time to study, I need time to relax, and I need time to wind down. I know she's doing it for me and Mason, but sometimes I feel like I'm the one making the sacrifices.
I will guide her. They're under the hat. They're under the hat. I know very well how many times humans lose such little things that can have such a big impact on them. It's funny how losing the little things can make them lose sight of the big things. Frankie here may find her keys, but I feel as if though she's losing track of the big things. Like her love for her little brother. Maybe I could engineer a situation for her to remind her all is not lost.
Please don't pick me. I wonder how long that blue tag's been there in that window for. It's been there as long as I've been here. It must have held something once. I wonder what it was. Maybe it was a sign saying, do not jump out this window. That's what I think of every time I sit here anyway. I do everything so I don't want to be picked. I sit at the back, I look out the window, I keep my head down and I don't make eye contact. But what more can I do? But they always pick me. Always. Father says they have to do it. It demonstrates that learning's been taking place. When did it all get so interactive? I'll do your essays and I'll do your exams. But why do you have to talk to me in class? And Father says, saying you don't know won't get you out of it. You'll just get asked again. I hate that my father's a teacher here. I hate that my father's the teacher here. It's like I'm an extension of him. The deputy head, Mr. Davis, Mr. Dickhead Deputy Davis. That's what they call him. Sometimes affectionately known just as Dickhead Davis. While I appreciate the alliteration, it doesn't make me popular. I'm Dorky Davis, when they're being kind. Dread dinner tonight. How was your day, Nora? He won't have to hear what I have to say. He'll just talk about how he's expecting great things, how he's told people I'm going to Oxford or Cambridge to study medicine or law. But I don't want to do that. I try to approach it to him, but I just get told how clever I am. I don't care about clever. I care about creating. Is creativity so bad? Da Vinci was creative, and he didn't have to stick to one thing. Oh God, he's looking. Say magnesium. That's all you have to say when he looks at you. Say magnesium, it's magnesium, just say magnesium. Now the word sounds strange and I don't know if it's right. It is right. Magnesium. Oh God, he's looking my way. This is it. Please, I'll give anything. Oh, he passed over me. He asked Katie Jackson. She knows it. I'm safe. For now. Art next. Thank goodness. Colours make sense and they don't ask questions.
It's such a shame to see this responsibility in one so young. Our identity is so fragile, and when we are adjusting it to suit someone else, this will only end in pain. I am here to give her confidence and a voice. Confidence to speak up about what she really needs, so that her father will finally hear her. I'm sure that really he will love her the same, but is blinded by his own dreams.
Please let me get something to eat. I'm sure she was fine when I left. It was dark in the living room. It smelled a little bit musty and the curtains were shut. She'd fallen asleep on the sofa. I put a blanket over her, but I don't know if she knew I'd done that. She was dressed. I took off her shoes. I don't think she'd been out, but she was dressed to go out. And I don't know why she'd not her pyjamas on when she got in, or she even decided to go out. I'm sure she's fine. I opened the curtains and I opened the window. We can get a little bit of light in here, I'd said, and some fresh air would do you good. I don't know if she heard me, as she didn't react. I asked her last night if she'd been shopping, like she said she would. She said she hadn't got time. I asked her where she'd been, and she snapped at me, accusing me of nagging. I asked her what she wanted for dinner. She said she wasn't hungry. She hasn't been hungry for a really long time. I found a slice of bread and a few beans. Was that yesterday or the day before? I'm losing track. They all seem to blend into one at the moment. Beans. I'd kill for some beans right now.
This is bigger than I had hoped. They say it all the time, humans. I'm starving, but usually they are not. They confuse me with their false pleas. That I've realised food actually isn't the issue here, but I cannot second guess him and make something else happen. Or can I? I will not give him the food. I'm sorry. I know that seems harsh of me, but I need you to confide in another, so this is the only way.
How am I? Oh, I'm okay. No, I'm at Mum's at the moment. The same, it's much the same. That's not really any of my business. That's a horrible thing to say, but I will not be manipulated by either of them. I always found it weird how they sorted out custody between them. You'd think the child would have a say, but no, it's all decided for you. I used to think that they loved each other deep down, but I think it's kind of hard not to hate each other after all of that. I think there was another man involved. I think she had an affair, and they tried not to tell me, but you pick up on these things. I know. I'm not stupid. It was right. Correlation's not causation. It had nothing to do with me. It's a pity that it does now.
I guess I don't know why I fainted. It's not a problem, is it? It's just I'd skipped breakfast. It was an accident. I've just been a bit busy lately and I didn't have time. No, don't phone my mum. Please don't phone my mum. Because she's not very well. What's wrong? Well, she's sad. Very sad. I don't know. She doesn't tend to go out of the house. It's like she gets ready to go out of the house, but she doesn't go anywhere. She sits. She sits in her coat and her shoes, and then she falls asleep. And I thought I could cope. I thought I could help her, but she doesn't let me help her. I don't know if she even realizes I'm there. How long has she been ill? About a month now. No, not like all the time. Sometimes she's brighter and she'll go out and get some shopping. There was one day she was much better and she got all dressed up and she took me out and she spent loads of money. But all the things that she bought are still in bags in the bedroom. After that day, she got worse again. She tells me not to nag her. I don't want to be a burden, so I do whatever I can. Thank you for this, and thank you for listening. Counselling? Why would I need counselling? I suppose I could speak to someone. That's a good idea. Mum could speak to someone too.
Please let me get it. I think that went really well. I went for Alice. Yes, titular character. But I think I'm more of an Alice type. I think it's my casting. I wore an Alice band to the audition. I know, but I thought they'd appreciate the detail. They didn't say anything, so I thought I'd mention it. I said, "Did you know that the Alice band is actually named after the character of Alice?" They said they knew, but it's always worth checking. I remembered everything. I thought I really gave the character. I said that though I was auditioning for Alice, I was happy to take on any role. I was even happy to do backstage stuff, like costume or whatever. I spoke to my friend Laura. She's one of our Shojing's gang. She said that she was going for Hatter. I thought that Laura would be going for the lead, but she explained to me that she was going for the Hatter as, though it's a smaller part, it's more iconic, and everyone thinks of the Hatter as a character before they think of Alice. She reminded me that Judi Dench once won an Oscar, and she only had 17 minutes of screen time. In Shakespeare in Love, I reminded her that no one's ever won an Oscar for being in Alice in Wonderland. After our performance, they gave us a sort of interview. And when they asked me about myself, I knew they would. I knew what I was going to say. They said, "Anything else you'd like to say about yourself?" And I said, "There is no future, there is no past. I live this moment as my last." I told them it was from the musical Rent. They said they knew, but it's always worth checking.
The want for fame, the want for centre stage, and the want to be a star can really be a hindrance. And it seems to be so much more complicated these days. Sometimes you have to feel rejection to really know that you are accepted. Glenn will find a role for herself, and she might even become a star in her own right.
Do you remember when we was in primary school and we decided to ride down that massive hill? I know, right? The state we was in. Your mum's face when she opened the door. We had leaves and twigs in our hair, all covered in grass stains. What? Oh, no, I was just thinking about that. Everything was so much more simple then. I remember just going into my wardrobe and putting stuff on. Like, I had stuff I liked and stuff I didn't. But that was because I was comfortable in it, not because of anybody else. Yeah, it was all a lot more simple then. There was no one to impress, no one to be judged by. You know, I feel judged these days. No, not like that. I mean, I can feel eyes on me when I'm walking down the street. People give me the side eye, you know? Going, oh, look at her. I caught sight of myself the other day, in the window of Boots. I didn't recognise myself. Almost didn't. Where is she? Where is that girl who rolled down the hill? I really miss her.
I read that when someone likes you, their pupils dilate. That's great, but not easy to see. I mean, who looks at someone's pupils? I also heard that touching your hair was another one, but everyone touches their hair anyway, don't they? How much can you talk about whether someone likes you or not? I find myself talking about it all the time. My friends have noticed me slipping him into conversation all the time. Cole has those trainers. Cole had that haircut last year. My dad said he might be giving Cole an apprenticeship. I can't help it. I have this thing. It's not a fantasy. Well, I suppose it is a fantasy that we're both at the bus stop. I don't know why he's at the bus stop because he drives in, but bear with me. We're both at the bus stop and it's raining. It's chucking it down, and he runs under to the bus stop where I'm sitting. Nothing is said. We just sit there watching the rain lashing it down. Nothing is said for ages, and then he turns to me and says, "It's raining." I laugh at the obviousness of it and just say, yeah. I think about saying I hadn't noticed, like in that movie, but I don't because he might not have seen it and might think I'm stupid. He tells me I'm shivering and I sort of shrug and say I'm always cold. He puts his arms around me anyway to keep me warm and we kiss. Just gently at first, but then proper kissing. My bus arrives and I get on it. I get on it and it drives away and he's there waving and he blows me a kiss. I did see him at the bus stop that day. He nodded his head in my direction and he was laughing with his friends. It's starting to rain.
Find it fascinating how humans place so much of their happiness in each other. I am intrigued by their emphasis of companionship and romantic love. I have seen wars, I have seen sickness, but nothing moves them as much as love. I can see inside Gem's head. I see her fantasy moment. Although I cannot make one human love another, I can bring the rain.
What? I'm fine. Dad fine. Yes, we won. We won 3-0. It was weird. It was like no matter what happened, the other team couldn't even play a foot right. Yeah, they were tripping over and missing the easy shots. I know it could be in my imagination, but it didn't feel like a victory, you know. I know, it's the winning that counts, not the taking part. But I don't know if I want it to be. Of course, I'm not saying that I don't want to play anymore. I'm saying, I just can't say it. What? I can't say? Didn't I just say I couldn't say it? Why? Because you won't love me anymore. I came out of that game today, I felt nothing. Wanted a win, got a win, but it didn't feel like anything. It felt like I was just going through the motions. Wasn't happy that I'd won, I was just glad it was over. Please don't shout at me. I just don't want to play anymore. I'm not saying there's much more in there than football. No, I am saying that. I'm saying I don't want to do it no more. What? You're not mad? I thought you'd be mad. Thanks so much, Dad.
Come on then, Mason, what's going on? Well, you haven't even finished your beans on toast. You love beans on toast.
Fine then, I'll wash them up. You obviously don't want any ice cream. Oh, don't cry, you can have ice cream, of course you can. It's not that. Then what is it? Listen, Mason, you have to tell me what's happening. Oh, I see. And what did they say? Was it names? Did they call you names? What did they call you? You need to tell me. Well, that's just not true. They're just being deliberately nasty. Have you told anyone? Well, you need to tell a teacher, and you need to tell Mum. She'd want to know and she can help you. Well, of course she cares. And of course I care. You know I'm always here for you, mate. I'm always here for you, no matter what you need. Come on, Mason. It's me and you and Mum against all of the others. And we're going to win, my lovely. We're going to win.
Oh, Cole. Hi there. It's really coming down, isn't it? Where's your car? That catalytic converter? Oh, that's horrible. What a nightmare. I know, my dad said there's been a few around here. How's basketball? Heard your team won again? Oh yeah, all good with me. I've just decided that I want to go to uni next year. I want to be a writer. For kids. Children's books. So I'd be moving away. Really? Yeah, I'd miss you too. Listen, Beth told Amy, who told Chloe, who told me that there's a party this weekend, and I was wondering if you wanted to go with me. Not as a date. Well, if you wanted to go as a date, that'd be cool, but if you didn't, and you just wanted to go as friends, then that would be fine as well. Oh, you would? Right. Okay, cool. It's a date. Or not. Whatever.
Oh, Laura, I just wanted to say, congratulations. I mean, it's sort of a shame since I know you wanted Hatter, but, you know, I'm sure you'll be fine. With Alice. Oh, well, no, I'm fine with it. I sort of knew it wasn't my casting. I think I needed to be shorter, since they picked Ruby to be the Queen of Hearts. With the same height, it wouldn't have looked right. Oh, I'm on costumes. Well, oh, no, I'm fine with it. It's something I can really get my teeth into. And I'm working alongside Mr. Pearson. I know, right? Not all bad. He said he loves my designs. Mr. Pearson says that the true stars are the ones backstage. And I agree with him.
Listen, Lane, thanks for letting me come on the run with you. Oh no, you're right. It does make me feel a lot better. It gives me something else to think about. Do you have any pets? That's a shame. You'll never understand the joy of having a pet, of having someone there who loves you no matter what. The thing is, I find humans more complex. With a dog, you always know what they're thinking. You know that they love you. You can see it in their eyes. They're genuinely happy to see you. I can't read humans. I know. But they lie. People lie. Their own agendas and their own interests. And they can be deceitful. I'm not saying that you're like that. I don't know. Have I been hurt by anyone in the past? No, not at all. I haven't had any close friends. Well, only Max, really. Of course, you're my friend. It's a good coincidence that I met you out here. If I hadn't been out here, you hadn't. Thank you.
Yes, Dad. I know my dinner's getting cold. I'm finished. I said, I'm finished. Sorry, I didn't mean to snap. Listen, Dad, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. No, it can't wait. I need to say it now. Recently, I've been thinking that maybe I don't want to take the Oxbridge exam. Not because I'm nervous, and not because I won't get in. I don't quite know how to say this, but I don't want to go to Oxford or Cambridge. But that's just it, Dad. I don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. I don't. No, I never said that. You didn't even hear me, you just assumed. Yes, I know I'm clever, but what does that even mean? That I have to go out and do a job that I never wanted to do, that I've worked hard because you wanted me to? You constantly say how you want me to go and study at Oxford or Cambridge because you never got the chance. But you're not me. I am fed up of trying to be you, doing what you want me to do, and I am fed up of constantly feeling like the only reason why I'm there is to live your dreams. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Please, just tell me what I've done. I first found out about it through Snap Maps. I thought they'd been quiet on the WhatsApp group. So I checked Snap Maps and realised they were actually at the cinema. I thought that we were going to be going together. Why hadn't they invited me? Had I said I didn't want to go? So I checked the WhatsApp group and nothing had been said for 2 days. That's the longest no one has posted since we set it up. Not a meme, not a comment, nothing. I hadn't been bothered with it since I've been busy with work and everything. But then it occurred to me that I had been frozen out in the worst possible way with no warning, nothing. So I sent a message to Anna on Snapchat, knowing she wouldn't get it till she got out of the cinema. And I waited. Check back. Seen. She'd seen it and hadn't responded. She hasn't done that in 5 years. She always gets back to me. Anna's the one who always gets back. So I tried Lucy. Nothing from her either. And then it hits me that they're doing this on purpose. And I have no idea why.
Conflict among friends is the root of so much sadness. It is sad for those who live in linear times and cannot see their life change, and those who cannot see that some of those who grew up alongside them are not meant to follow the same path. Sid needs to move forward into the future and away from holding on to her past.
Anna? Hi there, it's Sid. Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, fine. You know how it is. How's the cinema? The other day? I know you were there, I saw it. I didn't know if it was intentional. I thought it wasn't. No, don't give me excuses. I don't want to hear them. I just want to say, I know what you're doing. I know that you're phasing me out. You're right. You're not phasing me out. I've already been phased. And I'm fine with that, you know. I'm okay. We're taking different paths. Don't explain. I don't need you to explain. I just need you to say what it is I did wrong. Okay then. Yes or no? Was it when I stepped in, when you were being really awful to that girl with the red hair? Yes or no? Well, that settles it then. I don't need this. I don't need you. You know, I was so worried about what would happen when I saw you. And then I realised, too late. I realised I wasn't afraid about what you would say to me. I was afraid about what I would say to you.
One, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, you picked up on number 4. Right, sorry, I didn't realise you were asleep. I thought, I don't know. I don't know what I thought. Okay, I'll call you back. Please pick up on number 3. Hey, I've not been myself, you know. I know I haven't. This morning, I put my makeup on in the wrong order. I know it shouldn't matter, but it matters to me. I felt weird all day. You know, that broken feeling like something's missing. Like something awful's going to happen, but it didn't happen. But now I've got to the end of the day, and I'm alive. I'm okay. Nothing's changed, but that's okay. I know it's hard for you to understand, but I felt different. I was using my routine to try and keep myself safe. I was using my routine to try and stop myself from feeling anxious, but then I realised this morning, without really thinking about it, that I was getting more anxious about my routines. Each new routine was trapping me in like prison bars in my head. The order I put on my makeup, having to listen to certain songs in a certain order, the route I walk in the morning, eating the exact same lunch every day. That isn't helping me get over my mental health, that is my mental health. So I did it differently. Only a tiny thing, but I did it differently. And I've survived. I'm okay.
must be lovely to be able to sleep.
And to dream. I wonder what they dream about.
It depends on the individual. I think that sleep can sometimes cause them distress.
The nightmares. They create their own distresses in their sleep.
Thoughts that you can't run away from.
Images that can haunt you.
But there are other dreams too. A dream may show you what is possible. A dream may take you somewhere that you've always wanted to go.
We can only do so much.
In a way, we don't do anything.
Speak for yourself.
What I mean is that we manipulate the world around them, but change comes within themselves.
Indeed. We don't control them. We don't make them do anything.
But they control us.
They do no such thing.
No, Devi is right. When do we ever not listen? When do we ever say no? When do we ever refuse? We're always here and we always listen. That's what we do.
Still, a thank you would be nice.
Ether, we do not depend on the gratitude of people. We're here to...
Facilitate.
Please don't use that word.
But it's true. We do. It's what we do.
And we don't need gratitude. That's not who we are or what we're for.
Thank you.
Did you hear that? It's Nora.
She said thank you.
I'm so glad.
Jem.
Listen, it's all of them.
I don't know if there's anyone up there, but I just wanted to say thank you.
So,
I'm so
Cole
glad
and
that
I've
I
been
got the
out
courage to
4
speak to
times
my
now.
dad,
I hope
and
we
now
can
he's
still
fine.
see each other when I go
answered
to
a question
university,
today in
but
class.
Thank goodness that
I'll have
Mason
to
told me
convince-
that night. Once
I
I
didn't
spoke
bother
to
when I
Mum,
think
she
of
realised
myself.
that she needed
What
to
if
be
it
around
sounds
more.
weird, but
So
I
she
think
was
it's
so
so
hours
glad
so
that
that
they
she
judge
could be
me.
there more for
I know,
Mason.
and if
not my
they
fault.
do,
I
what,
told
does
Mum
it
for me.
matter?
She
I don't
cried
care about
and
anybody
said,
thinks.
how
I played
could
my
I ever
last
think it's
game
my
this
fault?
season.
She
Maybe
hugged
my
me and
last
said she
game
was so
ever.
sorry for
Mr.
what she'd
Jackson
put me
says
through.
real
Real
stars
stars
are
are
those
those
backstage.
backstage.
And he's got a point. I felt like a massive
It's
failure.
amazing
that
that feeling of drawing out a costume, designing it for other character, I think and having then someone to talk making to it and really seeing it come helped.
to life.
I
said to
never
him,
been good at
thank
giving
you
something,
so
but
much
it's
for
giving me
help.
this opportunity.
I'm not
So
hungry
grateful.
anymore, and Mum is starting to get a bit
that a
better.
lamp would
One
make
day
It's going to
such
take
a
some
difference.
time.
Sometimes
I'm
I
so
have to do
grateful
my
for someone
routines,
listening.
sometimes I don't. And I still get
I didn't
anxious,
even know
but
that
I
it
know that that's something
existed.
that isn't going to go away.
If it wasn't for
I'm
hard
not
work,
going to
I
get
don't know
better.
where I'd
I
be.
just have to find a way to deal with the state that I'm in.
There are things you can't take with you when you grow up, and sometimes those things are people.
When the world was waking.
When the winds first blew.
When first rain started falling.
When the world was new.
You summoned us from darkness.
You created us from air.
You summoned us to guide you.
You created us from prayer.
We existed right beside you.
Before you started counting years.
You summoned us from heartache.
You summoned us from tears.
We exist in all of nature.
In insect, bird and leaf.
We don't need your empathy.
Not even your belief.
We hear your invocations.
A thought, a wish, a prayer.
And though you'll never see us,
Deep down, you know we're there.